In this video, you're going to see how to use a combination of design line and finish line from 3M Knifeless Tape to create inlays on vehicles. Inlays are critical to create a paint-like finish without overstretching the film. To begin with, a template has to be created. There are several ways of making one. Here, Phil Aquin, head 3M trainer for Knifeless Tape, is using scraps. The key is to line up straight edges of the scraps to the inside edge of the area. Once the piece is in place, cut away the excess film roughly half an inch away from the outside edge of the body line. Working with small pieces and in layers helps minimize tension and makes for a precise fit. Once the template is complete, carefully remove it from where it started. This will keep the pieces from separating. Next, place the template on top of the material that we used for the inlay. Be sure to place this on a safe cutting surface. Using a sharp blade, cut along the inside edge of the template. It's critical to get precise here so it fits perfectly in the deepest area. The outside edge doesn't have to be as precise, simply long enough so that it doesn't come up short. Once the inlay piece is cut out completely, save in a safe spot for later. Next, run finish line just inside the body line. A good tip is to keep the edge of the tape on the edge of the body line to ensure a symmetrical cut. Don't pull too hard on the roll, simply guide the finish line around the curves so it doesn't overstretch. Now, take the pre-cut inlay piece and place it into the recessed area. Take time to place the inside edge perfectly so it fits evenly, top to bottom. Once in position, release the liner and squeegee onto the surface. For a stress-free fit, onto the finish line and around the steep curves, make relief cuts. Then form the film onto the body line. For moderate curves, lightly heat the film and form the film into place. Once set, release the line from top to bottom. Remove the excess film and tape under the material. Always clean the surface of the material before adding the next line of Knifeless Tape. Next, run design line along the body line. This time, match the edge of the green tape to the edge of the material. This will make a 1/8 of an inch overlap from top to bottom. For the vertical section on the inside panel, place finish line just inside the break between the two sections. Repeat the same steps for the area just above this. If you're unsure on how far to place the finish line, test it beforehand with a scrap. Now install the wrap material onto this section. This does not have to be precisely cut beforehand. Once in place, release the finish line. It is not important to start on one specific side. Once the excess wrap material is removed, pull the green tape from under the film and squeegee it into the gap. Be sure to make it 100% sealed before moving on to the inlay section. Before releasing the design line, double check any curved sections, then release the line as normal. Remove the tape and seal the overlap. With the inlay complete, it's time to apply the outside panel. Run design line just inside the edge of the wrap material for the bottom section. For the piece by the carbon, run over the gap so the material can be tucked under. Apply the wrap material as normal, then release the design line. If there is a corner, stop the pull, swing the material around the corner, then continue with the cut. For the bottom edge, release the design line as normal, then release the green tape and squeegee the wrap material under the gap. This creates full coverage and the edge of the overlay is hidden from view. Add heat to soften the film on the corner so it forms wrinkle-free onto the surface. And here's a shot of the final results. The overlap completely blends into the body line to create a paint-like finish, and no knife was needed to cut away the wrap film deep inside the recessed area, which means high quality and no accidental cuts on the paint or molding. And here's the 3M Knifeless Tape inlay overview. It's all about using the body lines to hide the overlap. If using low surface energy wrap film, always clean the bottom layer before applying the top layer. Inlays are essential to avoid overstretching. A seamless fog light or scoop on this vent will only look good for a day before it fails. And the biggest benefit of using this technique, there's no cutting directly on the paint, which is a win-win on many levels. For more information on 3M Knifeless Tape, you can go to this link. And if you're interested in taking the 3M Knifeless Tape workshop or becoming 3M Knifeless Tape endorsed, you can click here. This video has proudly been produced by the Rep Institute.